Hi YouTube, and welcome back to the Raw and Real with Edie. Today I am going to talk to you about apple cider vinegar. Yesterday I uploaded my very first video, the introductory video to my channel. Today I want to talk about what I'd like to do for the rest of October. I am going to be drinking apple cider vinegar between 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons every day for the rest of October, and reporting back once a week with you all how I'm doing on that without changing anything to my diet. I'm not going to change how I've been eating. I'm not going to change I'm not going to add any additional exercise. I do go bowling. Excuse me. I do go bowling every other week. So that will be part of just normal, but I'm not going to add anything. I'm not going to change anything. I am just going to incorporate apple cider vinegar into my routine for the month and see what happens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a community post with my measurements, my weight, my current weight. This is raw and real, right? I want to give you who I am, what I like to do, what I don't like to do, how I'm doing, how I'm not doing. And it'll help me stay accountable, and I hope it'll be an encouragement to you if you're struggling with this yourself, if you don't know what to do, if you've ever tried apple cider vinegar, or ACV is abbreviated, but I want to just work on it. So here I go. I normally, let me rephrase, I need to calm down, I'm nervous, so please forgive me. I started apple cider vinegar back in 2015 when I was using the Trim Healthy Mama dietary plan. And it was a good plan. For the time I was working on it, I had reached my highest weight. I think it was 263, something like that. And I started working with using the Trim Healthy Mama plan out there. It's a wonderful what's the word? I don't want to call it a diet. It's supposed to be a lifestyle change. And I learned quite a bit. I know there was so much more I needed to delve into with it, and I didn't. Unfortunately, my mom had breast cancer, and it had returned about a year or so after that, and she battled for it the last couple of years, and then I just kind of left it alone, and I incorporated some meals, and I still cook some things, and I just got off of everything else. Then again, I just fell off of it, and I didn't get back on. Didn't discipline myself. But I did lose, I think it was close to 40 pounds on that, maybe 30. However, that being said, I thought apple cider vinegar, I would start with that because I remember some of the benefits. I remember how I felt after drinking it for a while. I think I was doing Trim Healthy Mama for maybe 6 months or so. And I remember when I started to incorporate it, I thought it was disgusting. They had a type of drink using it, and I didn't like the way they used it. So I had to tweak the drink just a little bit, but I changed it anyway just so that I could get used to it. I am not a physician, so I want to make sure I make that clear. I'm going to give you that disclaimer now while it's in my head. I am not a medical professional, so please don't try this unless you want to, or you know, or you've experienced it already, or you want to talk to your doctor first. Anyway, getting back to what I'm doing, I had used it through the time I was on Trim Healthy Mama, and I did notice that it gave me more energy, and I think that it helped with the swelling, inflammation, and the swelling from probably too much sugar usage, and I think it does help reduce that, and help with acid reflux. I know I used to have acid reflux quite a bit, and that I think helped get rid of it. So those are the things that I am at least attributing to using the apple cider vinegar, and that's why I'm going to start with that now. I bought some stuff that I use and how I make it. in the Trim Healthy Mama plan, it was called, I think, Good Girl Moonshine, they called it. They have ginger. You use ginger. You use fresh ground ginger. I just get the powdered. I'm simple like that. I'm just using organic powdered ginger. Right now, I currently have the Bragg's, which I'm hearing is not the best kind anymore. I think there's a Fairchild or some other one that you could probably use, but this is what I have in the house, and so this is what I'm using. So I have my canning jar with the handy dandy straw and lid that I put my drink in. What I do is I put about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of powdered ginger, and I use a teaspoon to a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And because I didn't like the taste, I think you could use stevia or some other sweetener. Someone had mentioned these packets on one of the websites I've been on about it. True Lemon, True Lime. They have 2 different kinds, but I tried a lot of the True Lemon and I like the flavors, the wild berry, the raspberry, they have strawberry. So those are my favorite flavors, and I tend to use that. I use a packet of it, similar to anybody who knows Crystal Light, except I think it's natural flavoring, and I think they use a stevia. But I use a packet of that, and I fill it up with water, at least to the 24 ounces, I think, and then I fill the rest with ice cubes. So I just sip on that all day. Sometimes I drink it faster, and sometimes I just sip on it all day. And that's what I'm going to be doing. If that's not an option for you, or you can't use that type of packet or sweetener, I have also used, just so that there's a little flavoring, I've used raw honey, just to give it a little sweetener. And I've put maybe an ounce or 2 of cranberry juice or grape juice, something, not too much sugar, but just something to give it a little bit of flavor, so it's not just apple cider vinegar and ginger. So if you want to try that, there you go. That's how I drink it. So I'm going to be doing that all month, and I'm going to be updating YouTube, letting you guys all know how I'm doing, if I've noticed any changes. Once I give you my current weight, which I will do that tomorrow morning, and I'll measure, and I will post it on a community post, and I will give you a heads up, and then follow me along to see how I'm doing. In the process, I'll also update you with things about apple cider vinegar. There are so many great websites out there and things that you can look up and do your own research about it. So I encourage you to do that. So that's about it there. Also, what I wanted to do, I'm just going to use my notes. I just wanted to make sure I talked about asking you guys, what would you like me to learn about or encourage me to try for maybe November or any future month if I don't come up with something for November. But just let me know. Give me a shout out about it, and I will look into it and maybe incorporate that. Anything that will help get me on my journey, and you too, if you need help. Also, if there's anything about apple cider vinegar that you like, that you're using currently, or how or why it helps you, please feel free to share that. For anybody who, I don't know about you, but when I YouTube surf, oftentimes I go down and look at the comments because I want to know what people are saying. So please feel free to do that and let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. God bless.